Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. So this is a collective reading. It's either going to resonate or it's not. I want to get started with pulling a main energy from this chakra deck. What is the main energy for who I am reading for today? Bittersweet. Longing for what has gotten away. Something lost and gone away. Is that? I don't know. I feel like that's supposed to be a song lyrics, but I don't recognize that song at all. This could be mourning. There's an essence of like loss, so I'm kind of like tiptoeing on saying like the loss of an actual physical entity. So however that resonates, but if that's not it, it essentially feels the same as far as like the heaviness of the grief. And we have Chloe joining us. All right, so let me get more cards on this. What does the collective need to hear? I'm getting like real underworld vibes. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what that means either. Just another realm. But like the realm of the dead, sort of. I don't know why I'm getting that. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. I'm hearing bring me to life, evanescence. Which essentially is kind of like that vibe, right? It's like being brought to life from dead. Maybe that's why I was getting like underworld vibes, like something that's dead. Obviously, if this is a person, it can't be so, but it's sort of like being in the energy of something like that. Am I going to get another card? What's happening? Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution expression. A revival. I'm getting that again. Like a revival of having had to... Okay, so I'm just going to say words. I'm not going to try to connect it, okay? Because then I'm going to get stalled. It sort of feels like having retreated to tend to some wounding. Yeah, because I'm strongly getting like licking wounds. And getting your coat all shiny to come back out. And all of this is giving me like, it's giving me healing. It's giving me silent, like, I don't know how to describe this feeling that I'm getting. It's like, if you were going, like, if you imagine like a movie scene playing and you like pop into somebody's dream. So everything's like sort of muted in its vibrancy because it's not alive. It's like something that's imagined, and so it's like cold and dreary and lifeless in this zombie dream almost, and then like moving amongst it while everything else is still, like, you know, those, like the Matrix essentially, where you're like moving around and everything else is standing still. So I'm getting that also, and I don't know what that means. It feels like you've been roaming the halls of some other realm. I mean, this could be like a spiritual concept. I don't know what I'm getting or who I'm reading for right now, but like, this feels like beyond something I can comprehend. Is this astral travel? I don't, I don't. Not that I recall astral travel, so I can't like piece that experience, but maybe you're astral traveling. That could like fit the vibe of what I'm getting. It's just like, it just feels like weird. And I'm one to, like be familiar with weird, but this just feels like something that I've not experienced. So therefore I can't really explain it. But there's also some aspect of mourning, and it could be connecting. Oh, you know what I'm also getting? Dreams with passed on loved ones. I've personally, from personal experience, two specifically that I can recall. One with my aunt, the one that actually introduced me to tarot. um, and then another with my dad. So it's just like connecting with them in the dream and it being so vivid and so real, like a memory. So alive and vibrant when everything else and nothing exists in that memory. Like it's just so pure. And then all of a sudden waking up to the realization that that person isn't alive anymore, and having just this like really, it's just a really weird feeling because you're just like, but I was just with them. I just felt them. I have that memory so vivid in my mind. And then when you wake up and the conscious mind has the realization of replaying that that person is no longer here, and then there's this like sinking feeling, and I'm getting that. I don't know what that is though. I'm not getting any specifics. I'm just getting like a very broad. So either this is going to resonate with you or not, because this is like different than what I usually pick up. Okay, so actually let me pull. Okay, this is slippery as hell. I was gonna say, let me pull another row of oracles to get a little bit deeper into that energy. We have trust the niggle. What's the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Let me shuffle some more. What is this? A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Wanted to slip out. Very slippery. Bring love into the situation. Okay, doesn't want to do tricks. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Ooh, this is close to home. This is going to be big impact. What is this? I'm going to need one more for this one. Don't let your past hold you back. Okay. There's something you're leaving behind, I think. Then we have gratitude. Bittersweet, and then we have gratitude. I'm going to need one more. Yeah, let's just go with 3 to 3. Might as well, because then it's going to bother me. We have growth. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. Leaving something behind in order to gain something. This could be like internal, external. Clo. I'm still getting the energy of grieving. So this doesn't have to be the loss of an actual physical person, but this feels like some grieving that you're experiencing, but There's a lot of like love and like appreciation. It's just like I'm getting the vibe of like no regrets. Like if this is not, I don't know what that means. Just having no regrets, like something. I'm gonna move on because I felt myself about to fall into a pothole of confusion. I'm like, nope, I'm steering away from that. Okay. Bring love into the situation. A personal issue reaches resolution. Don't let your past hold you back. This all feels like a little rumble. A little rumble that, like an unsteadiness. I keep on wanting to say insecurity, but it might be. But I feel like there's a different word. An imbalance. It just feels like something that's not quite grounded. Something that's not quite grounded that needs tending to. Some aspect of your life that's feeling a little ungrounded that is requiring your attention at this time. This specific energy I feel is connecting with this because it can become a burden or it can become a blessing, is what I'm hearing. And this is about the experience, whatever this bittersweet experience is to you, whatever it has, heavy, like wounded mourning. There's just like this aspect of like very raw, like my heart feels like raw, like it's been like scratched up and carved into like ground meat, and then you've just been like, okay, just let it get some air and it's gonna heal, just I was like, okay. Walking around with shredded up open wound. It feels very tender. Could be very recent, but it feels like it's like mixed. It's mixed with nostalgia. And then I'm going back to the message that I heard, which is your experiences and your pain specifically can either become a burden or it can become a blessing, because you have the power to shift it into the energy of gratitude, because there's love there. There's love involved with whatever's mixed in the pain. It's like if you raised the baby tiger that eventually was the animal that clawed out your heart. Like, you understand because you're just like, you're an animal and you just want to play with things. And I love you for this. But at the same time, I'm hurting bad. And I may not make it. I may not survive. Something like that. Okay. Something in your personal life that has been feeling unbalanced that needs your attention. Now let's move on to this. Share your voice. Trust the 𝚤𝚤𝚤𝚤, the great gathering. I'm hearing platform. And I'm hearing just go for it. So whatever you have been thinking about or feeling like doing, specifically when it comes to a platform, and it doesn't have to be like a public platform, it could just be like maybe like when you speak, people listen. So having a say, like maybe not feeling so much like the need to take a seat, like beginning to share your opinions more often, even if that's in just like your personal environment. For some of you, I heard platform, so this is like on a bigger aspect, thinking that people may not care, that your voice doesn't matter. Like, who cares what silly little lie in my cave? Literally, this is what I'm doing right now. This is me, literally in my cave, sharing my voice. So to not ever feel, okay, I feel the need to say, like, I sometimes feel that way when I'm sitting here in my room completely alone in my whole vibe, and I do the recordings, and then I'm like, you know, afterwards, and I'm just like, you cannot upload that. Like, there's no way. Like, you're a mess. But then I just do, because I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I do care, but at the same time, I don't care. Because who cares at the end of the day, right? Anyway. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be one of the ones I'm going to feel that way about. To not feel that way. To not feel like, oh, me and my silly little cave over here. Like, who cares what I have to say? But I feel like for those of you that have a platform, like, people do care. People do care, even if it's from the simple fact that people have respect for you in whatever aspect this is going to resonate for you. People do care, and people will listen. People will come and listen, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, people will come and listen. So, however that, you're calling in. So, be sure to remember that. If you ever feel so isolated, hello. If you ever feel so isolated and like on a little island or in a little cave somewhere on an island, sharing your voice in whatever aspect you have the ability, or however you feel guided to, it sends out a beacon to those who are in your same vibe, right? It's just like when you find a YouTuber, for example, that is entertaining to you, or that you resonate with, or you just like their vibe, like that's what this is. So same thing with you, speaking your voice and just being real, just for the sake of it, because it's what you feel like doing. It's going to pull in people who are going to be like, yeah, I vibe with them. All right. Let me get some, I'm just moving stuff around to make some space, but let me get a few tarot. What does the collective need to hear? What does the collective need to hear? I need to shuffle some more, but these cards are really slippery. This is why I avoid using them. Sometimes they just go flinging out like crazy. What does the collective need to hear? What messages does the collective need to hear? You see? All right, okay. The ones that showed themselves, I'll take as main energies. We have the Queen of Wands energy. Hello, Queen, from this new deck. We had her in yesterday's reading. Four of Swords. Okay. There's that, like, tenderness that I was saying. And Knight of Wands. Okay, so let's see what else we got. We have the Seven of Wands, the Star, which I need to cover up. The Two of Wands, lots of wands. And the Hierophant. I'm getting sudden, fresh something. I didn't catch that last part. Like something that like the wind blows in is sort of what it felt like. I can't remember the words. But it felt like, yeah, all of a sudden here I heard wind chimes, and there's like this gust of wind, and oh my god, you know what it's reminding me of? I'm having a flashback. There was this one time where there was this like crazy windstorm, but I thought it was rain because you could just see like the big old cloud. Sorry, I'm gonna go into story time. So you could see the big cloud and it was like crazy, but it was just ended up being dirt. It was like a storm of dirt that arrived. And so I'm like in the middle of running errands and I'm like rushing to get home because I can't even see the car in front of me because the dirt is so thick that's being blown around. And so I get home and then I get inside and my window was open. So that's the first thing I come to close it. And as I look out the window, I see money. I don't remember what dollar bill it was, but it was a bill and it wasn't a single dollar. It was a nice something I could get myself a cute little coffee or something with. And I was like, am I seeing right? Like, what is that? And I was just like, that's money. Like, against the fence, the wind storm had blown money from who knows where. And it got caught. It just so happened to get caught against my fence, like as it was blowing right in front of my window's view. So, you know, I took my ass outside and went running outside to go get that bill. But anyways, end of story. The wind blows something that you're not expecting, but it's a very pleasant surprise. I don't know why it took me so long to get to my point, but yeah, it did. It's the 7 of Wands energy. Building a barrier, removing the barrier. Barrier removed. Yeah, here's all this heavy, sad energy that I said I was getting. An overflow. You may be experiencing an overflow of backed up emotions with all this water. Feels like the floods came in recently and you've been dealing with some mess. Is this clearing up? What can the collective expect in regards to this energy? We have the King of Chalices and the Moon. I love this energy. It feels like everything's still now. The ugly little turbulent waters are very, very still, but in a very pleasant way. You know what I'm getting? Ooh, what is this? I mean, you keep on hearing bayou. And then I felt like a hot, like summer night. Let me say warm. Yeah, because warm. And then the warm water. And then like fireflies. And listening to just like the chirping. Oh my God, it's giving me like nostalgia, even though that's not like an experience I've had. Yeah, that's like an energy you're moving into. So when I describe things like that, it's just like yeah, like being absorbed into the energy of a moment that has different environmental circumstances engaged together all at once to create a whole vibe, right? And that's what this is. This is a whole ass vibe that you're moving into. This feels like you're within your emotions, okay? Within your emotions, a place of stability. This feels like this was a reading like to serve as a reminder because you may be in the thick of this energy. I may not. I don't know. I'm kind of like forgetting already. But let's go ahead and pull you some cute animal cards to close off this collective reading. I have to say that I enjoyed this reading. It felt very different. I don't know how, in which way, but it felt different. What messages do we want to leave the collective with? I feel like you're going to have support in places where you weren't expecting to have support. and it just sort of feels like it's coming out from around you, like out of the blue. I don't know why I'm doing that. 24, electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. And then we have card 51, sandpiper spirit, be playful. Now again with the water, I feel like fun is long overdue. Fun energies are like very near. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna be like getting opportunities to be like hanging out, you know, and okay, yeah, because I'm even having flashbacks to my own. Like, people have been asking me out. And I'm just like, but I will. I need to socialize. So I'm going to be like, okay, friends, let's do this. But that's what sort of this feels like. It feels like hanging out and having fun. Just laughing and lightheartedness. Yeah, that's sort of what it's giving me, okay? So that's what I'm going to close you off with, and I really hope that you found resonance in this reading. If you did, please do me the favor of liking. Like always, I really appreciate those of you that always do that for me. You have no idea. Until we vibe again, loves.